joining me for time together with Upcychelly. And that is Upcychelly. I've had some people ask me, how do you pronounce Upcychelly? And this is the best that I keep changing it as far as how to explain it. I did start initially telling you it sounds like upcycling without the NG, and I still have it up like that in LinkedIn. And I do believe I have it like that on Facebook as well. But I'm going ahead and update the fact that we are doing this is actually time together with Upcychelly on Touch Base Tuesday. So let's talk about what is Touch Base Tuesday. Touch Base Tuesday is basically something that we started up kind of around where we at the time that we had started Upcycling, and it can mean a couple of different things. It can be where you take the time to reach out to somebody that you haven't talked to in a long time and just kind of touch base with them really quickly. I mean, life is pretty busy, you know, and nowadays it's difficult to have 2, 3, 4 hours to spend on the phone like we used to do when we were younger. Oh, those were the days. But anywho, now it's pretty much just kind of sort of everything. It's very much sped up. So that is what Touch Base Tuesday can mean. It can also be like where you kind of sort of uh, take into account like where you're at. Like you touch base. You kind of figure if there are things that you need. What part of your journey are you on? Do you need to rethink things, so on and so forth? Yesterday I had posted that you always have an opportunity to redo, like every day is a new day. So today is a new day for us. If you remember Friday, I had tried I made clay on this surface. It's a very not flat surface. And my clay kind of like got stuck in the grooves and everything. And I even showed you, if you look at Friday's, I wonder if I can get, uh, you know what, once I make the clay, I can make the imprint and you can see how not flat this surface is for this table. So um, I did mention the other day as well, I believe yesterday, that what I used to use to make my clay used to be plastic bags. I don't know why I didn't do that the last time, but who knows. So today we have an opportunity for a redo, and that's what we're going to do. We are going to redo the clay. So a couple of things that you need for making your own clay, and you can always look up recipes online for whatever it is that that you like to do. So the texture of the clay ultimately is going to be what you're looking for what it ends up drying like as well. You don't want it to get too wet, and you also don't want it to be too dry. You don't want it to dry too quickly, and so on and so forth. So I tend to add too much water when I add my water, so hoping I didn't do that too much this time. Also, there's a couple of things I do like to add, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Well, while I'm adding them. One is oil, and that's just to make it, easier to work with, a little bit more pliable. You usually do not need to add too much of anything in here. Once it gets mixed together, I'm actually having to catch up with myself. If you saw the other day, I had to catch up with myself. And last but not least, lemon juice or vinegar. Something to keep it from kind of like turning, if you will call it turning. Reason being is because this is flour, right? And it can grow mold because it's being left wet. So right now I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to seal up my bag. I'm going to try not to add anything else and hope that it comes out well. And in the meantime, while we do that, I'm going to go on ahead and Restream has some audio clips to play, or at least I knew how to get to it yesterday. Let's see if I can figure out how to get to it today. Oh, there he is. Okay. Oh. I like this one. All right, I'll go on ahead and finish mixing this up. So right here, I just want to show the difference between these two clays. So this is really still too wet. If you look at it, it's going to it's really going to, it's going to stick to your fingers. It's stuck to the bag. I mean, it's like in the bag, you can see it stretching. So this is too dry because if you see, it's flaking. It's just breaking up into pieces. So you want to find a happy medium between too gooey and too dry. So you can handle it and you can make, you can press it into whatever it is that you want to press it into. All right, back to mixing. Alrighty, so that was us mixing and making our own clay inside of a plastic bag. So right now what I did is I went ahead and I grabbed a little piece of my clay just to kind of test to see how sticky it is. And if you can see, it's leaving like it's getting stuck to my fingers. So a couple of things that I can do, see? I can add more flour. I can let this dry out. I'm probably gonna, no, definitely am gonna add some more water to this. But since I can actually store this in the bag that I've started mixing it in, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave this for the next time that we have time together with Upcycling, and I'll go on ahead and see where that clay is at, and then I'll be able to go on ahead and I'll mix it some more. So there's a couple of things I want to point out about this clay is I added something to it to prevent it from, getting sour from growing mold and stuff like that. So ideally, you don't want to, leave it out for too long. I'm thinking probably putting it in the fridge might help to keep it from getting moldy or from having it grow anything gross on it. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go put it in a little fridge I have and for arts and crafts and stuff. And right now it is still too wet to handle, to work with. So I don't know if you can see, just it's when you reach in there and you grab onto it, it should not be sticking to your hands. I mean, you're going to have a little bit here and there. And the best thing about doing clay in a plastic bag is that it is all of the flour and everything was contained. I have minimal cleanup as opposed to the other day. Again, if you take a look at the video I have on Friday and you see how much is left on my desk from the work that we did the other day, it was just, I think it's hilarious. But anywho, all right, so this is going to clean up very easily. What I wanted to show you was a couple more pieces of, the work that I had done for this stand that I'm working on. So I kind of wanted to see what it would look like myself after adding all of the extra flowers and leaves that I created. So let me try and do that really quickly. Now it's not sure yet. Of course, everything's not glued down, but I'm not sure how I want to put the flowers. I was thinking maybe like some type of like a vine, maybe a vine design and maybe a flower, that kind of grows from it-ish sort of a thing. Not sure yet. Looking forward to painting, the flowers, so black and stuff. So here are what the flowers are going to end up looking like once they are painted. And then, of course, depending on whatever is showing on the other side, I'll go on ahead and I'll paint, that to black. So here's this. I showed you how I had broken flowers and stuff and how that's okay. You can still use them. And here is the last piece. And I wanted to point out some things. This piece, I did not put any lemon juice or any, again, you can look up a recipe online to help you find something. You see that little piece there? That little, that green spot right there? That's mold. And so that will happen if you don't put something on your flour, if you're going to be sitting it, somewhere for a long period of time, because it's water and flour. So just so that you know, and it doesn't, when I recently took it off of like had recently taken it out of the mold, it stunk. I mean, so again, you definitely want to look up, clay recipes online and see what it is that how you would like to clay to mix your stuff, and then how to keep it. All of the stuff I've learned along the way, like I had made myself a huge clay flour, thick one, like many times thicker than this, and I didn't know about the lemon juice and stuff that you're supposed to put on it. And long story short, glad I kept checking on it, but it started to smell, and I'm just like, well, what's going on with it? And reading up more about it, that's what can happen. Clay can develop mold. It can grow bacteria. It's a wet medium, so or a wet growth opportunity. So really looking forward to the next time I have more time to spend together for a time together with Upcycly. So if you are watching on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. If you are watching on LinkedIn or Facebook, please hit the follow button. And I just want to tell you thank you very much for watching time together with Upcycly. And have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful Touch Base Tuesday. Go, grow, talk to people. Take care. Bye.